Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Kevin here, top 1 financial advisor and best-selling author. We are here to talk about the stock market. Hey y'all, we need to talk about cryptocurrency. We need to talk about Bitcoin, and y'all asked me what my thoughts were on what's going on right now. Now, I'll also tell you, as if you've been watching the channel and subscribing, which you should be doing, you know that I'm out of town this week. Okay, so I'm recording this on Saturday the 18th. There's a lot of things that can happen, especially in the crypto world, between now and the time that you may be watching this on Monday. So happy belated Father's Day to those who are dads, and happy Juneteenth to everybody as well. So obviously where Bitcoin is now, because it moves so rapidly, could be a bit different. But I do want to give you my thoughts on crypto as a whole, what I think, what I am doing with my own crypto portfolio, and everything in between. Okay, I really want to emphasize what's going on in the crypto space because, one, a lot of us are investing in crypto in some capacity. But I am somebody, and if you've been watching the channel, you know that I'm usually very even-keeled. I try not to be overly enthusiastic, put on a cape, and go out here and defend certain investments. And I'm also not somebody to really come out and bash certain investments unless it is an outright scam. I don't feel that all of crypto is a scam. Shiba Inu, yes. Dogecoin, yes. Aside from those, I don't think Bitcoin is a scam. I don't think Ethereum is a scam or anything like that. But what I'm not going to come out here and do in any capacity on any social media platform or even in real life is not tell you what the problems are and just be truthful about that stuff, right? You can scale, it's 400 and something videos on this channel. You can go and see my thoughts on home ownership, and I own a home. You can see and hear my thoughts about crypto, and I own Bitcoin. So it's you can say something isn't perfect and that I'm not going to ignore the flaws. I can say this thing has flaws, I still invest in it. You know, there are a lot of flaws everywhere. Every company that I own, Amazon being one of them, Amazon has some serious flaws, though I am an investor at this point in time. So I like to see both sides when it comes to an investment. Sometimes you can go back to the last video I did on crypto. People was coming at me left and right about what they think I understand and don't understand about the asset. So aside from that, I do want to say, yes, I own Bitcoin. I own other cryptocurrencies. I do own a few NFTs. So I know what's going on in the space. I'm not just spouting things out from a place that I have no experience in. All right, so now that's out the way. Here's the thing, and I've said this before. The premise of cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, I think so far at this point in time has been a lie. Going into it, when Bitcoin became popular and became a household name, 2017, 2018, at that point in time, people were saying this is digital gold. It is a hedge against inflation. Google hedge against inflation, Bitcoin, and then change the time under tools. You just drop down, there's tools. Go back and change that to 2017 and 2018 and watch how many people bought into that. And that was the prevailing thought. So when inflation went higher, this was supposed to be the place that you were going to go. It was not supposed to be correlated to the stock market. Stock market falls, inflation goes up. The case was Bitcoin should rise in value. It was not regulated. It didn't have a central authority. This was supposed to be the best place for you to go. Bitcoin solves this was a prevailing phrase across the internet for years. Inflation's at 8.6. Okay, it is not that the hedge thing was a lie. That was not true. People thought it was a hedge. It was not. We also said that, and I say we as in like the internet as a whole, everybody who considered themselves a crypto expert, which I've never claimed to be, was that not having regulators, right? Not having the corrupt banks and a lot of the, the SEC and all these regulators out there, not having a government place to go to in case things go wrong, not having that is going to spur on innovation. The blockchain is going to be a place where we can verify everything and everything is going to be fine based on that fact. That was not true. We have seen so far with an app like Celsius, where I had some funds where they said, look, we are insolvent, you will not be able to get your money out of this app. until we say so. And they have not released a date to do that. That cannot happen in a bank. Now, I know banks have plenty of issues, okay? However, if Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, which should close, but outside of those, if those were to close tomorrow, my money is insured by the FDIC, okay? If my brokerage app closed and just went away, I am insured by Civic to get some reparations, if you will. Now, I may not get the value of what the investment was gonna be, but they are regulating and ensuring that I'm going to have access to my funds in some way, right? There's a recourse. There's somebody I can complain to and say, look, this happened. I want something from this. I want to be made whole. There are guardrails there that does not exist in crypto. And the lie was that not having those regulators, not having those guardrails was supposed to be the value proposition. That was the point. That is the point going into it 3, 4, 5 years ago is what everybody said about it. That's not the case. And you can go back and watch my videos and I've been like, hey, I'm kind of in the middle here. So for me, I still have 1% of my entire asset portfolio of all the stocks, the bonds, the real estate, all that stuff. I still have 1% of my money in Bitcoin and in Ethereum, and I've got less than $500 in NFTs. I will not be changing that. I will still be dollar cost averaging like I do everything else into Bitcoin. I don't dollar cost average in Ethereum. I just put some money into it and let it ride. It's been riding down so far. But the money I do for Bitcoin, it's a small amount. It goes in every 2 weeks. I don't plan on changing that. Is Bitcoin going down to zero? I don't know. It was at 65,000 or so was the highest it was. It's down as of today at like 19,000. And people are going to say and think whatever they're going to say and think. So it's right now, as of time of this recording, $19,077. It could go somewhere to 18. We don't know. Time you're watching this, it could be at 21. Who knows? So the thing is, it is highly correlated to the stock market, clearly, and is doing much worse than the stock market. And I've said, and I talked about this one back in May, where the stock market, while it is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination either, it has more logic behind it in that, take whatever company it is. You and I understand that if that company grows and makes more money and I have shares in it, I'm going to grow and make more money. Crypto is not like that. There is no CEO. They don't sell any products. It just goes up and down based on what? Not necessarily supply and demand, I can tell you that, because there are only so many Bitcoins that can be minted. So it's not necessarily that. The supply of Bitcoin has not necessarily changed for it to plunge 40 some odd % in a year. That hasn't been the case. So my biggest takeaway here, and I've said this on other podcasts and things as well, is that people say that it takes 10 years to master something. It takes 10 years to be an expert. I've been doing this for close to 12 now. Okay, I've spent 4 years in school. I've taken all these exams. I've sat in hours and hours in class to get designations on financial planning and all that kind of stuff. That does not exist for Bitcoin. Not to say that you have to go to school for Bitcoin or anything like that, but I'm saying that cryptocurrency as a whole has not been around long enough for anybody, in my view, to truly be considered an expert in it and to know without a doubt or with less doubt what it is supposed to do, what it's not supposed to do, and how it's supposed to react to certain things. Y'all know I'm a big fan of data here. I can say that a bear market on average, not every time, but on average, is going to last 363 days. That's been the average. I can say that investors who have held for 5 years or more, there's a 99% chance that the stock market is going to be positive. That's happened all the way back from 1950. I've got data from 1950 to now. So many different scenarios. So many times inflation was high. So many administrations. So many pandemics, unfortunately, that we've gone through. That I can say, hey, look, I have something to pull from to support the case that X, Y, and Z is going to happen. Even in an inflationary time of where we are, due in part to supply chain, due in part to an oil problem and a bunch of other things, I can say, hey, 1970s, this is what the Fed did. Here's what we expect. This is how I'm going to invest based on that. I can do all those things. Crypto hasn't been around long enough for us to have time-tested strategies and proof as to what may happen and what may not happen. All we know is that, yeah, if you invested in Bitcoin in whatever year it came out, or even over the last, let's say, 6 or 8 years, you're still up. That we get, right? This topic of the video is not how much money will Bitcoin generate, or how much money could I make by investing in what we think could be the bottom, or whatever you think it may be. It's, does it do what you thought it was supposed to do? Yes or no? That is the key here. Because at this point, I can know and say, when we talked about defensive stocks earlier this year, we talked about healthcare stocks. AbbVie, as of this recording, is still up. That is one of the few places that's working. We know why oil stocks like Exxon and Oxy are up. That makes sense. We really don't know, or even have a case as to why Bitcoin would be down. Because if I asked you in 2019, if inflation 3 years from now is going to be at 8.6%, do you think Bitcoin would be higher or lower? We all, myself included, would have said higher. And the case here is that, just like I have said, you want to have rules in place for your portfolio. I have always said, even with the stock, I don't want more than 5% of my entire portfolio in any one stock. That is going to protect me in case I am wrong. And we've had people, and you can find a bunch of people who have done this, where they put in 50%. They put in their life savings into crypto, and it ain't worked out. You've also had people prior to now that it did work out. Even with meme stocks, you have people, yeah, I put everything in it, I made a bunch of money, I get out. That's a rare scenario. You want to build structures to protect yourself, but also to put yourself in the best position to win. So my personal risk allocation is 1 to 3%. If I can get up to 3% of all my assets in crypto, I'm good, because I can live with losing 3%. And this is something that keeps me sane when something's down 40 or 50%. Y'all know, I've said this before, I'm gonna keep saying it. I own Target. Target is down 30 some odd percent. One reason why I'm not panicking and pulling my hair out and being irrational is because I have a diversified portfolio. Target is not the only thing I own. I own a piece of it, but also I can go and understand exactly what is going on at Target. I know exactly what is going on at a Microsoft. I know exactly what is going on with any company, and see whether it makes sense to buy or sell. We do not truly have that in crypto yet. And if you are a new investor, you have to sit down and understand that for yourself and choose based on reality, not hope, not a crypto Facebook group, not a gang of people on Twitter to encourage you to invest in something based on what they think and based on what they hope. It could be something, it could not, but it's not something that you can prove and evaluate. And so far, what we were told as everybody, right, what we were all told, has not paid off yet. Now again, can you still make money? Maybe. 2-3 years from now, we're definitely going to find out. But almost everything that we've said about Bitcoin, or that was said about Bitcoin, has not really paid off. And this is just crypto as a whole. Last year it was trending that Bitcoin was guaranteed by some people that was going to hit 100,000 by the end of 2021. Look at that now, right? You had tons of athletes that got paid in Bitcoin. Look at that now. And even when Bitcoin was up, I still said the exact same thing. I said the exact same thing. Great, Bitcoin is up, you're getting paid in Bitcoin. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know, like, pay me in cash, and I can take some of that cash and invest in Bitcoin and manage my risk that way. So again, I'm trying to walk into it even keeled and not be overly glowing as if nothing is wrong here, but also not be overly negative where everything's on fire and everything is all bad and everything new is terrible. It's not. You want to have a measured approach in everything that you do and challenge yourself to look at both sides of an investment. What are the pros? What are the cons? And where do I fall in between these? And how do I want to embark on this journey financially? So that is my take on crypto. Take it, leave it, whatever it is you want to do. But that's how I'm looking at it. I am still investing in Bitcoin. I am still holding my Ethereum. I do not plan on selling those. The reason why I feel that way is because I still believe in long-term investing, so we'll see. But I also have a very low allocation in it, and for good reason. All right, that's it for me. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Remember that I'm in Miami this week, and then I'll be in Detroit. We will be doing a book signing event in Detroit. So if you're in Detroit, holla at your boy. And I'll be talking more about that as we get closer to it on other places on social media. But I am out this week. I do intend on releasing 5 videos like always. But if you want breaking news and content, make sure you check the shorts. I know some people feel weird about it, but y'all are gonna catch me. Something breaking happens, Instagram and YouTube Shorts are where you're probably going to find the breaking information. Everything else this week will be pre-recorded, which is not typical for me, but I want to make sure that you are continuously learning, that I am continuing the habit of being here and showing up just like you are. All right, that's it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, because some of y'all be watching, don't be subscribing. Help me out. Help me help you. Make sure you subscribe. All right, that's it for me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.